Let's look at solving rational equations involving the quadratic formula. So first, let's just look at our equation here. Notice that we have unlike denominators. So of course we either want to get common denominators or use another method and get rid of the denominators. So let's first examine the denominators. There's only two different denominators, b squared minus 16 and b minus 4. So b squared minus 16 is really b minus 4 times b plus 4. And here this is still going to be b minus 4. So to get common denominators, first the least common denominator is really just this, because we can multiply this by b plus 4 and they'll be the same. So we could either multiply this and this by b plus 4 and drop the common denominators, or just multiply everything by this and the denominators cancel out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to multiply everything by b minus 4, b plus 4. This is just my preferred method. Either method would work. So because this is the same as this, these cancel. This b minus 4 cancels with this b minus 4. We still have b plus 4. And again, b squared minus 16 is the same as this, so those cancel. So we have 5b squared minus 10b plus b minus 3 times b plus 4. So make sure to put these in parentheses. It's this whole expression, b minus 3 times b plus 4. Note that if you wrote it like this, you might make a mistake and only distribute the negative 3, when really we have to multiply both of these out. So that's why I make sure to use parentheses here. So let's get rid of this now. And then here this canceled out, so we just have 3. Alright, so let's first distribute this. So it's going to be b squared plus 4b minus 3b minus 12 equals 3. Now we have a lot of like terms to combine. So 5b squared and b squared is 6b squared. Negative 10b and 4b is negative 6b. Then a negative 3b brings us to negative 9b. Minus 12 equals 3. So we have a quadratic here, so let's get one side equal to 0, minus 3, minus 3. 6b squared minus 9b minus 15 equals 0. So now let's try and factor this. First, let's take out a greatest common factor, so 3 goes into all of these. So this is 2b squared minus 3b minus 5 equals 0. Alright, so now here we could just divide by 3, and then that 3 is gone. 0 divided by 3 is 0. So we really have 2b squared minus 3b minus 5 is 0. So we could try a number of different ways to factor this, but I'm just going to jump straight to the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And here a is going to be 2. B, which is not the same as this b, this variable, b is the term in front of the variable with a 1 as an exponent. B is negative 3. And c is negative 5. Alright, so let's substitute these values in. We have negative b, so negative 3 is positive 3. Plus or minus b squared, so negative 3 squared. Minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 5, over 2 times a, which is 2. Alright, let's make some space here. And now let's solve this. So 3 plus or minus the square root, negative 3 squared, that's positive 9. Then we have negative 4 times 2, that's negative 8. And times negative 5 is going to be positive 40. over 2 times 2, which is 4. Alright, so we have 3 plus or minus the square root of 49 over 4. So we have 3 plus or minus the square root of 49, which is 7 over 4. So we have two different answers. 3 plus 7 over 4 and 3 minus 7 over 4. This is going to be 10 over 4, which is 5 over 2. This will be negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. So we have two possible answers, 5 over 2 and negative 1. And now, of course, we're going to have to check this. So what I mean by checking is just make sure that when you plug this in to the formula, to the equation, that we don't get 0 in the denominator. So if we put 5 over 2 into here, we can just look at this part. We have 5 over 2 minus 4 times 5 over 2 plus 4. That's not going to be 0 because neither one comes out to 0. And the same thing, put 5 over 2 into b minus 4. Put negative 1 into the denominator. This is going to be 1 minus 16. That's not 0. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. That's also not 0. So both of these work out. This is the solution set.